I'm Katie Copsey, and I live in San Jose. And we've moved kind of around the Bay Area, but we've recently landed here in Willow Glen. We found the house, it was okay, we moved in. It was pretty welcoming. Our next door neighbor came over with cookies and lasagna, and then I saw Allie across the street walking with Hannah, and I was like, wow, that little girl looks very close in age to my little girl. So I shouted to her, just being, friendly and trying to meet people, and she was really friendly, surprisingly friendly, and invited us to a barbecue. So we got to know, Allie and Austin and family. Allie started telling me more about the church, and I just found it really welcoming. I met Allie, she invited me to the church, and then I learned about Alpha. So I tried out the first Alpha video night, and I was like, wow, this is actually really compelling. And the very first thing where it was a light switch, where it was I don't know, to oh yes, I'm saying yes to this, was the very first Alpha video, actually, where there was that quote from C.S. Lewis, and he said something about believing in Jesus being either of no importance, where you're just no, this isn't really a thing, to being of ultimate importance. There's no in between. And I feel like I was kind of in the in between, lukewarm, not so sure either way. But when I realized okay, I should make a decision on this. And it was yes or no. And then the Alpha video goes on to give a lot more compelling reasoning of why it's just a step of faith, and how Jesus does want to meet you where you're at. And it's really just opening that door, just saying yes. That's where I really felt my whole journey started, where I said yes. I came into Alpha really grateful for the opportunity to ask questions, to acknowledge yes, you're a skeptical human being. I had questions and I had doubts, and then coming into it, I started to learn there's a lot more that I think having faith offers and adds to life. Even though doubts aren't something that just vanish in thin air, and skepticism isn't something that just goes away, it kind of just goes back in the corner, and the faith kind of takes a forefront, and you have more, I don't know, positive experiences. It's actually been really better outcomes overall. I feel like I've actually had less glitches, less bumping heads at work. I haven't been in fights with my husband as much, about, little things that come up. There's just more, I feel like I have more patience. With baptism, I was asked and I wanted to say yes to that opportunity. It's my chance to commit, to say yes, I've already decided I want to make this change in my life, and I want to continue with that change. I want to show that I'm making a promise to Jesus, that I'm with him, and just, yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I'm excited to do it. Being a yes person for Jesus is something that I want to do, and that when you have the opportunities to say yes, you should. It's been a good thing for me, so.